Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermornings! Woo! Hope you guys are feeling extra spooky today. Lord knows I am. Before we get to doing what we do here on the randomest show, probably on the interwebs, we have to pay some bills. And that means running, of course, my happy little banner. But before we do that, if you want to donate and help keep the lights on here, as you can see, they've been getting dim. It's getting spooky in here, folks. PayPal.me/Nicholas Tockert. I will gleefully, privately, or publicly, depending on how much you pay and what you ask, give you all the shout-out glory you could want. I also want to put a shout-out to our dear, dear friend, Mr. Joe Bachman, who sponsored us. And let's talk about how I pay the bills traditionally. First and foremost, any donation that goes to keeping lights on over at the Historical Fencing Guild, ding, my lovely Patreon, also happens to buy sideways, keep the lights on here so I can keep motivating and educating and distracting you on a happy, happy hump day. Also, I am a bit of an author, as those of you who know should know. Creator of the Big Stompy Robots line of games and novellas, including Small Arms, a story of a man who was at the right place at the wrong time and nearly starts the next Megacorp war. And Eyes to the Sky, a little bit of terror, a little bit of horror, as a war veteran from a war no one wants to remember deals with the demons he can never forget. Ooh, that's a good one off the cuff. I am also the author of The Simple Sword, the finest, easiest, most blessed way to learn the basics of sword fighting, going from so you've never handled a sword all the way through instruction and setting up your own list field. And The Fighting Axe, the first edition, as requested by my Patreons. My copy is a little beat up. Yours shouldn't be. And what's this? Yes, folks, I have managed to get my copy of The Simple Sword out so you can see that, yes, The Simple Sword, my little guide to 500,000. Let me say that again. Let me get the real voice on. That's 500,000 years of non-consensual penetration. Yes, folks, The Simple Sword Spear is your guide to stabbing people with big, pointy objects. Now, that's all been said, and I am in one heck of a mood, I will fill you in on what I have been up to. Last night, my family and I, through the rain, through the night, through other stuff that I can't remember, so I don't get sued, we made a run up to Blacklisted Tattoo Lounge in Crown Point, Indiana, to drop off my art. And I was hoping to see my dear friend Sterling Freeman up there, but our cross could not pass. Wow, I am in full dyslexia mode. So our paths could not cross. And the fact that I'm stuttering and stammering so much means I've actually gotten some sleep. You see, if I can speak clearly and concisely without having to really work at it, my brain has been numbed by exhaustion so that it is running at a speed that my mouth can keep up with. But when I'm tripping over my tongue, unless I have a beat, then my brain is firing on all cylinders. Convoluted, but true. Now, I dropped off some art, had a horrible time trying to get it printed. It was a nightmare, but we made it work. And I realized something as I was looking at this beautiful look. It looks like the shadiest hole in the wall, blacked out place you'll ever see. We actually weren't sure it was open when we went by. However, as soon as I stepped through the doors, it was a wonderland of art and insanity. And I chilled with about a 8-10 foot werewolf. We're buddies now. He's groovy. And I don't know if I'll be there October 25th for the big art show that I'm now part of, just because it's a substantial drive and I have some problems. But we'll see. I hope if you can make it, you'll be there. My neck knife is sliding around. So I was doing that, and I want to talk about this because imposter syndrome is a weird thing. And I hit there, and I'm like, I don't belong. My art is not up to par with these people. Oh my. And we've all been there. But I challenge you, because I am a firm believer in this. I don't want to be the biggest duck in the puddle. I don't want to be the guy who knows everything in any given situation, because that means I am not growing. Okay? So if you find yourself surrounded by people who are doing something you love with more technique or different techniques or skills than you, it is totally okay to feel fish out of water. Lord knows I did. But then something miraculous happened. My inner DM rises up and unleashes one of the most powerful words one can add to a sentence as a dungeon master or a GM or just about anybody. Yet. And I really want you guys to embrace the path of yet today. Now, I do want to talk. I want to talk about tricks and treats. And in the format of this, the tricks that help you get through as a writer. The tricks that let you... I publish through this. I use this method to write. The little underhanded things that make your life easier, that might help somebody else because they haven't thought of it. So that's what we're about. And one of the great tricks, one of the great, most powerful things you can do as somebody who is fighting the burden of imposter syndrome, fighting the am I good enough, am I doing it enough, is to embrace the path of yet. Because as soon as you add yet to the end of the sentence, say, I don't know if I belong here. ... Yet. Deep in the bowels of the twisted part of my brain rises up a little spark of fire, a delightful flame of motivation. Because aside from being defiant to opposition, sort of like an inverted They used to call them Chinese finger traps. The more I feel like I'm being pushed back, the more part of my brain starts to spin up. Boom! Build up a gestalt to bust through the wall. It's when it's a nebulous and I don't know what to do and my executive dysfunction gets a hold of me that I am paused. But when I can find direction, even in that, there is the obstacle. Click, bam, go through it. That's the way we go through it. That's the way we deal with things. Clarity gives direction, even if it's unpleasant. So I ask you, friends, are you embracing yet? So as for accountability, I've been doing a whole lot of art. I did something I did on a bigger canvas than I've ever done digitally, and I have done physically, but weather and hand troubles meant I wasn't able to really play at that level. That's coming yet. Plus, I don't feel that those fit the project I was going into. So, what's next? What are you doing? What are you up to, you say? Well, dear friends, viewers, colleagues, I have an art book that I have to decide is either done or I'm going to deep dive and do a whole bunch of random art and short stories. I have The Rapid Rapier is probably 2/3 done in text. I need to sit and chew on it and play with the formatting. And I have the horror anthology. It's almost like I said I wanted 3 books out this year, at least more, and wrap my art book. I'm still working on the title. My Rapid Rapier, my little horror anthology. It's almost, dare I say, like it's a plan. And as a child of the 80s, of a certain age, generation, and background, I love it when a plan comes together. So, now that I've prattled for a few minutes, given a bit of an intro to what's been going on thus far this week, I know I have a few other things. Oh, more art and a couple more time lapses, because I've realized basically any big digital piece I do, I can get a time lapse out of it for free by hitting a button. That's pretty cool. So that's additional content. What are you guys up to? So we will hit the comments. Bum bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum 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 bow bow. Wow. I don't know why we need a comment song, but we did. Good morning, never morning. It's hump day. Hopefully the humpings are plentiful and enjoyable to you. Humpus day. May the humps in my spirit recognize the humps in yours, Joe. I almost said that straight line. How you doing? We about have our haunted trail ready to go at the park this weekend. Once this event is finally done, I should be able to get back to my works in progress. Yes. Hit it and quit it, Joe. Knock that out. Good morning, Joe, and any lurkers. We got a comment dump. That's good. I'm way behind in the comment dumps. Keep hitting. All about that comment dump. And I need it. Oh, I need an ad for you, Joe, for Joe Buck Technologies, please. I'm sorry. Yeah, Joe Buck Technologies. Joe Bachman. I did an homage to Joe in here. One of the factions is the Joe Buck Techno Union. How I got that name, you may wonder. Anyhow, so anytime I try to speak of Joe's company, I fight because I have essentially Joe Bachman fan fiction. Oh, I'm on it today, folks. I am on it today. My oatmeal, I'm halfway through my drink. Life is good. Let's keep going, though. Good morning, Joe. Any lurkers? Accountability. Need to talk to Donna about a few more things. Then her book, Waiting on a Star, goes to Lulu for proof copy. Hex, yeah. Hey, Joe B. accountability, jack all, 'tis the season. Better jack all than jack. Thank you very much. This message is brought to you by...
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Yes, thank you, Joe D. McPhee. I'm going to give you guys a hint when you do commercials. Having banger music really helps. And I just felt like being just in a mood. My Dro's cross-referenced. Where are we? Jack all the season. Well, look, yeah. I have the rest of this week and next week to deal with all the things Halloween-y. I have to acquire pumpkins. And then comes vacation. Yes, vacation. Gonna see a manatee. Have armed guards for the house. Gonna have the wards in place. Twist the curse so tight it'll make anyone who causes issue to my home blasted and banned for the next 7 generations. Yes. Isn't that how you set up your home defense? Anyhow, yes. Nick, your face is showing. I don't know what you're talking about. Good morning, Donna, Carl, and Rich. Did I see Donna go by? Oh, we're talking. Oh, yes. Hey, Joby. Hey, Donna. How you doing? I haven't hit with you a bit. I'm hoping you're just keeping smooth and comfy, and that Carl's keeping the mojo in the dojo. Because if he isn't, he better be careful. Others will. Boom, 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 boom. No, I have absolute faith in Carl. Greetings. The chainmail links for a couple of dice bag orders came in yesterday, so I got about halfway done with one of those orders. Yes! So there's some accountability. Yeah, getting orders, making stuff, selling stuff, that's accountability. That's... Richie, stop. Celebrate. Do this. You have to. If you don't celebrate something, the monkey brain in the back of your head thinks it doesn't matter, and you will lose the joy of what you're doing. You get something, I'm gonna cool, Rich. Yes. I don't know where this idea that you have to work every day came from. Ha ha ha. I guess it works best for beginners, but it's not a requirement. Nobody's going to fire you as a writer or artist. Au contraire, mon frère. I've had to fire artists. I've had to fire writers too. But I've had to fire people that we took on for gigs. Or at least been part of it. My buddy Luke will drop you. Click, 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 pop. You fired. That's a joke, people. Don't get cranky. Now, I will work a ton on a project and sit for a week and do more while other things. You see, I've always got projects going. So if I'm not working on one thing, I'm cleaning something, or I'm working on something else, or I'm studying to do something else. Always. And then they just start falling like pachinko things. Till you get stuff done. It's a way of doing things. But I work on something every day. It's just not always the same thing, and it's not always as apparent how it ties into my progress. That's the trick. Constant, comfortable motion. You chill, there's a rhythm. You have to hustle, and then you flow. Guys, I'm telling you, you only need 2 types of matter, and you only need 2 types of energy to process the vast majority of this world. You've got your hustle, which is the grind, getting it done, deadlines and advertising and go, go, go. Then you got the flow where you're like, I got that done. I'm talking about that. I got that done. For me, promotion is part of flow usually. It's like, it's done. I wrote it. I'm selling it. Buy my stuff. It's done. Buy my stuff. Yes, flow. Then I'll get off my show. I'll be like, breathe. See, when you breathe, you don't breathe in, breathe out. You realize that people say, well, yeah, you breathe in, breathe out. No. Carl has a point. Because you breathe in, breathe out. It's actually 4. We are 4 strokes, not 2 strokes. We're not hyperventilate, fall over. No, breathe in. You could feel the air just rattling around. And then breathe out. And that's how you get through life. And it's really that primal. In, out. I mean, our hearts are. You notice that? Lub-dub, lub-dub, lub-dub. But it's not lub-dub, 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 lub-dub. It's not. It's. There's a pause. Breathing, resting, letting baked goods rest before they're ready, letting fields go fallow is necessary. I just choose to go, okay, that part is going fallow. I'm doing this. And maybe it's trying to catch up on the house cleaning I'm way behind on, or it's hanging out. But you still need a structure. And my structure is very strange. And I'll share that. My structure. There are things I have to do every day at roughly the same time. Every day I play a first-person shooter. You currently Splitgate, sometimes Warface. It used to be Halo, but that's a whole thing. Why? Because then I cathartically vent my frustrations. That's a morning thing. Blah! Occasionally in the afternoon. Think that. Got to eat at the right time, take my meds at the right time. Do a sword drill just about every night. Read a chunk out of my Bible, think about it. Read whatever I'm reading for fun. Get some sleep. These little beats of pause. Because when I'm drilling with my swords, I'm not cleaning, I'm not writing, all I'm doing is one thing. I am monotasking at that moment. Because I've said anything else that needs to task. My books are still on sale on Amazon. My art is up, my stuff is up. I can take that bit of flow to work on the hustle of keeping a certain amount of my body function going. Find that rhythm for yourself. And as you age, guess what? You need more downtime. That's natural. But do something every day. I've been letting my story that I'm working on sit for a bit, mainly due to not enough hours in the day. When I've had time to work on it, I can't figure out where to go next. That will come with time, though. My main concern is the programming titles. Well, if you ever want to bounce and ask questions, hit me up. Obviously, hit Mags up. Having good friends you can bounce stories off of helps. It's Nick, yeah, and my new buddy. I found this anglerfish in Liverpool. Anyway, he keeps asking about marten, and I don't know why. Anyhow, no, I got that in Primetime. Right, Joe, it's real life. Life happens. Our company started to expand into other states, which may require me to start learning the specs of overstates and do another makeover on my apps yet again. Oh my. Yep, here comes Nick. And for me, if I'm not working towards something, I forget about it. I'm very out of sight, out of mind. I have been studying up since I got my ADD slash attention deficit, ADHD, all that. One of those applies to me. And I've found a lovely video guy. I want to say his name is Christian, but it's spelled funny. And it's like everything I basically thought was fundamentally wrong with me in the way I function and I approach things can be attributed to that. I mean, huge amounts of stuff that really troubled me. Like, what is wrong with me? Why do I do this? Things like problems with object permanence, organization, things like that. I am the most disorganized whatever person. And when I found that, it really helped. So you might look into getting tested. It might help because that out of sight, out of mind is a very ADHD thing. And that's not a shot, and I'm not a medical professional. A coelacanth snuck into the broadcasting booth. It's just a skeletal anglerfish. A coelacanth was a cryptid that was discovered to be normal, just rare, and just decided not to die. I'm starting to have an ongoing theory about holes in time and cryptozoology. But that's neither here nor there. In that case, Rich, keep running. Afternoon. Good afternoon, Bonzer. Well, since Bonzer's kind enough to come through the door, let's throw one of his ads up. I think I'll do this one.
Greetings, fellow traveler, and welcome to the Association of Ishtar, a multiverse of cosmic mystery and steampunk adventure. The Association of Ishtar is a clandestine organization of volunteers investigating anomalies called rifts, portals to other worlds where anything is possible. Most of these planes are but savage variations of Earth, but some are home to advanced civilizations or the occasional alien beings beyond human comprehension. Every day, these brave men and women are risking their lives by crossing the fringes of reality. Should they succumb, they will die in obscurity. But it's not the Associate's vocation to perish, but to seek out and gather information on the copious threats lurking beyond the rifts to ensure humanity can overcome. After all, those who pry prevail.
Yep, Bonzer puts a great commercial, and if you want an adventure, follow Radio Retro Future and look into the Association of Ishtar. These are deep, deep waters. One may swim in the oceans of the collective consciousness. It is a beautiful, beautiful thing to know about. Let's see. Nick, Glenn! Yes, Glenn has flown right over. Flown right over. From the wonderful realm of Great Britain to visit us today. Hope you're doing well, Glenn. Hope Hatch is going well. Can't wait to get that link to start promoting your Indiegogo. Let's see. And good day, chat. Good day, Bonzer. And we've got more greetings. Let's see. I'm in a mood. I am in a mood. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Blue Teddy. Quick, because I'm Blue Teddy here. One, you said hi to me last night, but the comment didn't come up when I was in the chat for Luke's always interesting nerd nightcap. So I did want to double say hi just to cover that. And I actually went and watched a few of your videos. You have a delightful little channel, and I hope folks follow Blue Teddy Narration because she does drawing and talking, and it's just very I found comfortably wholesome. I was watching the one with the polar bear about the alternate Beauty and the Beast story. I don't want to give anything away, but it's a lot of fun. Please follow her. And we've got more people greeting. So let's just greeting. Bow. Your bowel is in your brain. Well, that explains a few things. My no. We. Oh, I don't know if you've learned about this. There is actually. It's delightful. They're just realizing that there is a whole nervous substructure, literally, in your gut and digestive tract where it functions, and they're not sure what all it does, but they think that might be why we get a physical sensation in the stomach when something is instinctively wrong. They were talking about it a few years ago, and it got kind of covered up, not covered up, but overwhelmed by pandemic discussion. I need to look back into it. But they're finding whole new connections to digestion and processing. It's really fascinating. It's happening a lot more in Europe because, ironically, the American food lobbyists, such as the dairy lobby, are doing a whole lot to keep their businesses going. And it's fascinating how there are English studies of a type of allergy aversion to dairy that basically all over the world it's recognized, but it's not really discussed in America because that could negatively affect the Milk Council. I'm not kidding. It's fascinating stuff. So yes, there's brain in my bowels and bowels in my brain some days. Morning, Donna. Heck yeah. Yet is a powerful word. Embrace the path of yet. Tricks. Google Keep on my phone. Note-taking software that I can jot things down. I also keep a physical notebook on my person as much as wonderful. Now, I have heard some interesting things that Google Drive may be checking what you put on it for DRM now. So be careful with that. But that's wonderful. I did not know about Google Keep. I usually just use Docs. Hey guys, Michaela Jade is busy writing but listening. Michaela, my dear, thank you for sashaying on in, and thank you for listening to Nevermind the Furthermore, WNTF, Earl Park. Anyway, hey Michaela, and we got working on the final draft of my next books while recording it. The book cover is done, now arranging for the interior art. Formatting art in books is such a challenge. I am seriously, and I'm not even kidding, I am seriously considering my next RPG, instead of formatting it like I usually do in Docs or whatever, trying to format in Clip Studio. So do all the word processing, set all the words up, and then use Clip Studio to take the words and put them over the backgrounds and do the art and really kind of amp it. I've never done anything like that. I'm kind of scared to try, but when I knock out the next series of projects, that's what I want to do. Reminder, there is no comic book Spectrum tomorrow. This is due to people traveling to Halicon and others having deadline dates approaching on their projects. Oh, no! No comic book Spectrum tomorrow. That bodes interesting for my schedule. Okay. My next Warrior book is coming along nicely. Excellent. It's always good when Warriors come along nicely. Can't wait to see how that goes, Michaela. If there is enough interest, I may do a special from the desk instead. Only if there is enough interest. Wow. That's my friend Joe going, so do you want it? Huh? Gotta ask nice. Power move, Joe. Power move. Ooh, accountability. From Blue Teddy Narration. Started penciling pages for Vagabond Skies. I don't know if I feel ready yet, but I doubt I ever will, so you might as well take a stab at it. Do it. The most delightful thing is if you can, it's very much like Bushido. You know, if you accept that you're dead, nothing can kill you. If you accept that your book will suck, hold on, your first one will always not be that as good as the rest. And you can get there, you do your absolute best and accept it. Because there's a horrible paradox for artists, especially, and authors too, but especially when you're first starting out. You are always a better creator at the end of your creation than you were at the beginning because you have more experience. You've tried new things, you've learned new things. So get it out there. Do it. We'll promote and talk about it. You know that. What's this? What's this? Frog G. Frog G is in our house right now. Tickle the algorithm, smash the like, dingle the bells, and subscribe. That's right, folks. Like, share, and subscribe. One, so that we know that the algorithm is out there, and two, so that we can keep good folks like Frog G getting promoted.
We've all read the story. The brave hero conquers the diabolical villain and rescues the damsel in distress. But this is real life, and in real life, stories don't always have happy endings. Frog G, the story of a man turned into a frog by a voodoo priestess sent on a mission to kill a god by death itself. Now our hero must roam the underworld to regain his humanity and win back the woman he loves.
I do love that, and I love the Guillermo del Toro-esque monster design. What a neat title, Frog. And for all things Nick Tockert, go to www.nicholastockert.com. As soon as I find my big book of knowledge, I will be updating that site. Hey, hello! Man, hail, Frog. It is good to see you coming in, hopping into our little lily pad. I hope you're doing well. Accountability. I got the first 2 pages of Primetime Saturday Night number 4 done. Rock on, Frog G. And Frog G's sharing the link to from a desk of a small press publisher. And want more Joe D? Go to his link tree at Silverbolt. Yeah, I said it right that time. Good. And we got greetings to Frog. And Frog, wait, Frog G Voodoo Gods and Magic, Indiegogo.me at FrogGVGM/X/ a bunch of gobbledygook. Yep. Joe had said, don't forget to self-advertise. Don't forget to advertise self too. Frog G, you earned that right. Absolutely. Bam, bam. We got more greetings. And we've got more greetings. And we've got Frog G saying Michaela Jade. YouTube, yes, because Frog G. Oh, Joe D, if you get lonely, we will do a room on Friday since we are staying home this year. Okay, cool. Frog G, Michaela. We got more mornings. We got Michaela Jade's Amazon.com/Michaela Jade and authormichaelajade.com and JoeBachTech.com/app-portfolio. If you want some of the best construction apps to help you in Indiana meet your needs, go to JoeBachTech.com. And if you want the big stompy robots, the premier app to help play the game with the quick play edition included for free. You only have to pay a couple bucks for the app itself, and I put my book in it. Frog G will hook you up. Now that's the quick play. That's not the big core rule book. That comes later. It's so good. It smells good. Anyway, Frog G. A rising tide lifts all moods. Studio Hubris Risingtide.pub, Radio Retro Future on YouTube, and the Association of Ishtar at www.associationofishtar.com. Thanks, Frog. Bonzert wrote a script for a trailer for the first book. Need to commission art for it. If interested, hit him up. Hit him up. Bam. Blue Teddy Narrations at youtube.com. And there's the channel. And Blue Teddy. I can't remember, but please subscribe to Blue Teddy, because if the share is a gobbledygook share, that means we need to get more people. So, thanks. Haven't had much time to YouTube lately, but I'm hoping to start it up again. Please do. And just, the best thing you can do is schedule it like it's a broadcast television show. Give yourself a half hour and put out a show. Nobody has to do these massive live streams like I do. And one thing, I can't remember what app you use, but if you use a drawing app that has a time lapse feature, two of my primary do. My app on my computer, on my tablet, is something called Infinite Painter, which I adore, and it has a wonderful varied time lapse feature. And Clip Studio Paint has a time lapse feature. I use EX. Look to see, because then you just take, even if it's just that, every time you do something, you take the art that you've done on there, take that, export the time lapse, and you've got more content for your channel. You had me at Polar Bear. That's another good tip. Yes. What's the frequency, Kenneth? And thanks for dropping the link at Frog G. Well, duty calls. Need to get some things done for work. Most likely won't see you all on Friday, since we'll be in our next phase, and we have Dark in the Park all weekend. See you all next week. See you, Joe. Formatting text and pics to PDF is easy. I do my own book designs. It's easy. I've done it. I want to see if I can do it better with more elaborate tools. Well, not more elaborate tools. I want to accomplish a very specific look. And they have changed some of the layout rules, and I just need to see if I can get it done or not. But thank you. And yeah, you should try it at least. Doing it basically is quite easy. Hey, Michaela. And see, Glenn has it easy because Glenn has a big delineation between his art and his writing, usually. It occurs to me. Because when he does a comic, he is the traditionalist. That's your Ames lettering guide, folks. So he does all his penciling. He does everything in it. So it should be very cut and paste operation. And his books are fun. The rest are professionally well done. So it's simple to do. There are a few rules. And depending on who you publish through, you need to learn their rules. But once you get there, it's doable. And we've got, hey, Michaela. All righty. Looks like we have a bit of a quiet. So let's run an ad. Pow. Oh, yeah. I'm going to at least hook up my friend Mike Jimmy. Yeah, that is good. That is such, Life on Korra is such an amazing project, folks. You just don't see that kind of raw creativity anywhere. And I'm looking for something because I wanted to show it to you guys. Here we go. Bam. There is an amazing art show right here at Blacklisted Tattoo 1003, oh God, focus please, East Summit Street in Crown Point, Indiana. this is the show. So please, if you're in the area and you want to see some great art, if ink is your thing, reach out to them and my friend Sterling Freeman, who's done some incredible stuff. I hope I can make it to that show. I don't know if I'll be able to. When you know the tricks, everything is easy. That's right. And Life on Quora, kickstarterprojects.com/fairies and ants, Life on Quora, Volume 1, Ref Clipboard, pre-launch. I want a piece of that. That's the trade paperback of the first few Life on Quora stories. I want a piece of that, like bad. I've got the itches for that one. So I'm hoping I can actually afford to participate in that one, because I love Life on Quora. And I have a huge personal, for me, it's a huge deal, because when that pilot animation is done, I got to be one of the voice actors, and that's fun. You got to try new things. Now, guys, see, you know what's neat? A lot of people here are busy. Did you catch that? A lot of people are realizing that while they sit and listen to me prattle for an hour, usually, they can get some nifty stuff done. Isn't that a thing? Isn't that neat that they can actually get stuff done? Because I know my productivity suffered greatly when I took over the show, because this was my time. I'd put Brian on, I'd have my sketches going, I'd have my happy little dude, and I'd write, and I'd draw, and I had Brian going, sometimes on my phone, pop, and just knock stuff out. And now I'm the guy providing the entertainment, and that's really, really cool, because that's how you give back. But don't be afraid to multitask. I love audio stories. I love listening to creepypastas and stories of horror and cryptozoological adventures and different grades of fantasy. We have a few that are absolute favorites, and I'll shout them out. Old Gods of Appalachia is pretty much the best horror podcast I've ever heard, and it is just fundamentally earth-shattering. We are also, and you can find that, just look up Old Gods of Appalachia on YouTube and just start. I'm serious. Go to the beginning, just hit the first one. You will love it. But I also listen to the Magnus Archives, which I had to take a break for because they hit an arc that they had written before the pandemic, and it was a little grim. So I kind of had to step back for it being a little too grim and topical. But now I'm in a place where I can get back through it, and I found out that they're going to do another season. And that is why I've developed a certain affection for anglerfish. It's a little homage to the first episode of the Magnus Archives. I also listen to Mr. Creeps, who does just horror podcasts. I have a lot of them. And yes, we will go right through. Glenn says, "You're right, Nick. I'm coloring hats right now. Awesome. Listening to you and trying to find ways to rattle you. Only joking." Glenn, unlike many Americans, I actually have a sense of humor about myself. It helps that I have a face for radio. But I love it. I love good-natured jibes, because that's how certain kinds of people who've been blessed with a bit of wit tend to exchange. Gotta have a thick skin. You're fine. Blue Teddy, I just started listening to Old Gods of Appalachia last year, and it's great. Oh, you were in for such a series of treats. It really is delightful. And you may not know, I don't know how far you've gotten, but I can say my best friend in the world, uh, Trelena Bachman. And I love everybody else too, but there's a thing there. Is a lost Walker sister. I swear. Those who know, know. Those who don't, go listen to Old Gods. You'll appreciate it, family. And welcome to Night Vale. I almost forgot to mention Welcome to Night Vale, the granddaddy of them all. If you haven't listened to Welcome to Night Vale and Alice Isn't Dead, Alice Isn't Dead is a short kind of side project they did. Go be sure to listen to Welcome to Night Vale. It is a blast of trippy, upbeat obscurity. Let's see. And that's the link for Old Gods Season 1. Thank you, Frog. Gotta go. Audiobooks don't record themselves. Thanks for stopping by, Bonzer, and glad we could promote a little bit. Keep up the good work. I love hearing from you, friend. I have a face for radio and a voice for silent movies. Now you're quoting me, Richie. Dang it. I feel bad. I latch on to the first name that is assigned to me by somebody. And I met Richie through my nephew, George. And he's known Richie since he was like 4. So I'm on that, I call him George. Now there is a group of people, and they're still out there. I just don't associate them much anymore. Who know me as Unky Nick because of my nephew George. So it's funny that, Uncle Carl's whole thing, and I'm like, yes, I understand. And I know it's Unky Nick because, like, my George as family provides one of my streaming services, and it's the little circle I hit is you for. But Glenn, formatting is so easy that I considered offering my talents to the masses out there for a fee. Why not, Glenn? If you're between projects, why not make a buck? That's wonderful. Formatters are a wonderful job. I tend, when I'm doing my projects, to be a one-man show. It's not always the best way to do it, but it's how I like to do it. Now, I'll collaborate with others on their projects, but somebody at work gave me the Uncle Carl moniker. But Glenn, if you are serious, let me know. Set up something I can promote for people to reach out to you, and I'll try to get you some business. You know how I roll. And Uncle Carl, well, and it sticks. It sticks. Plus, it's nice to have a psychoanalyst around. 5, not 4. Folks that are introduced to me as Richie are among the few that haven't earned the right. Okay, folks that are introduced to me as Richie are among the few that haven't earned the right that are allowed, and you have since earned the right. Okay, thank you. Because it only occurred to me very recently that if that was bothering you and you're being polite, please let me know. I would try to amend that. I have a lot of Ricks in my life and a couple Riches. But you are the only Richie in my universe, so that makes keeping your label tied in. Yeah, but in real life, you are uncle to a lot of nieces and nephews. Thanks to my brother and your brother, those boys have been busy. Oh yeah. Shoot. I am uncle to 7 kids on one side of the family, and a lot. The numbers on the other side go up real well. Brother, if I was bothered by it, I'd have spoke up long ago. Thank you. A part of the way my brain works is I am convinced You want to talk imposter syndrome? Look at confession time. I always believe on some level that everyone I know is either just being nice because they need something from me, or because they feel like some reason to be nice other than they like me. And I have to fight that all the time. And when people if I don't hear from somebody for a long time, most of my mind will start going, so what did I do to offend them? Because I have walked foot and mouth. No. Like, I've gotten hip deep at points. Usually the bad habit is telling the truth, but so I check on that. Here's a hint: if I ever call you by a familiar title, you've earned the right to call me Richie. And see, you're one of the few people. A lot of people will call me brother, and I am. I'm going to say something that may shock, and I don't mean it to any of the people I know right now. Let me double check. There's a man in life who still does this. No, but I have found that people who call you hey brother, before they know you very well, tend to pull shady stuff. Now Richie and I've known each other forever now, it feels like. Certainly in the realm of my mind, but okay. But yeah, and you are. Rich, you've been a great friend, a lot of things to me, and I appreciate it. Rich is on the secret council of clerics that I know, that I talk to when I see that there's something going on and I want to bounce off somebody in the field. It's a very small, very elite group. Yeah. Oh, Johnny, got that little thing for you to read. Sorry for the delay. No worries. I assume that's why my phone is blowing up. Wow. Boom, 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 boom. Wow. Maybe? No, something else is going on. Okay, cool. I look forward to whatever you send me, Johnny. You rule. Every time I hear the word brother, I think of the insecure Hulk Hogan use of the word, hello, brother! No. I will agree with that assessment too, Nick. If somebody jumps to too familiar, then they are up to naughty things. Yeah, no, really. And it is funny. And hail, Johnny. Yeah, Frog G Salem. Here's another good tip. When I said we talked about guts earlier, and follow yours. There are some people, and it's funny because many times they'll be very well liked, but I'll awesome. Look forward to looking at it. No, Frog. But there are people who everybody likes them. They're very charismatic. Hi, how you doing? And there are people I know. There are people that many of us cross associate with, that every time I see them, my hand goes over my wallet. Like, there's just something about them that makes me want to practice wallet and weapon retention. It's really weird. It's like, but everybody loves so and so, and they're awesome, and they're chipper and stuff. And it's like my brain's got klaxons going off. Wah, wah, wah. And I've learned, I just walk away from that. Do not engage, because there are people who will mine you for content. There are people who will mine you for ideas that they can steal. There are two kinds of people who are surrounded by people who have obvious problems. Okay. The people who are survivors and walk with mental or spiritual limps, if that makes sense. The people who are trying to help them and the predators. And it's very hard to tell them apart sometimes, at least initially. And so I watch because there are people I have known who have sought to befriend me solely to acquire people that I know who could be useful to them that they could manipulate. And I hate to phrase it that way, but this is why I'm very protective of both the folks I'm helping and why I'm funny sometimes when I have to online socialize with people that I don't necessarily trust. Occasionally, because I tend to play my cards on the table. And occasionally it's like, you end up in a panel and it's like, oh, they're awesome. And then there's that one guy where I'm like, yeah, okay. And I don't know. Charlatans. Yes. The word I'm looking for is charlatans. And I have found very specific breeds of charlatan that love to poke me. They love to reach out to me to try to get me useful. One of them is the kinds of groups who use either religion or mysticism to manipulate others, and they are not my favorite people. I take umbrage at those who would use faith to fleece the sheep, so to speak. There is a problem with it. And I'll explain as I get there. Let me see. Go back. If they can pinch your wallet through the computer screen, that's an impressive skill. True. It's a gut reaction. I have a lot of them. Just from, I guess the term is PTSD. But I also trust them implicitly because I'm very rarely wrong. So if I feel that, and there are some people who, digitally they can, or they'll try to steal your brand. I have a lot of people try to steal my brand and make it into something it's not my personal brand. And some are on purpose, some are well-meaning, some are not. Some are quite malicious. But yeah, I watch for people like that. Hold on, let's see. Nick's going to create a wallet-sized switchblade. That's how defensive we may need to be around those types of people. I don't have reason to engage. So it's like I have a couple things. I have what I lovingly call my weird shit-o-meter. Nick's weird shit-o-meter is a little mental kind of my vibe check for the world. And if I'm going somewhere, I see somebody and they ping an 8 or higher, I am out the door. I don't ask why. Because something in my perception is being processed subconsciously. The mechanics of it is I'm paying attention and my subconscious brain is running much faster than my conscious brain. So it's picking up on something wrong. Like it's got the flash of what's wrong with this picture. And then if it hits, I leave. But this sometimes causes me problems because my gut, the cats are trying to get in. My gut will tell me, I don't trust that dude. Well, we all love him. He's a great guy. Nope. What do you mean? Nah. I don't trust him as far as I could throw him. Nope. And he can't make me. And I've worked past it and I like this guy or whatever. And it's always come at a horrible price. So part of the game is, and part of the, this is the darker trick. It's being able to recognize what's not a good deal, what's not good for you, who's not good for you, and simply avoid them. You don't need to have malice. You don't need to go, that's a swindler. That's a con man. I know some people who are, and some of them have conned people I care about deeply. Then I get a little bit of beef, but I'm working on getting past it. So what I try to do is, if I can't forgive, I avoid. But we got the chats moving, so we'll go on to that. You're being truthful. There are bad players in the game. You should not feel bad for calling them out. And the trick is, I tend to recognize them early on, and I'll go and I'll start asking questions. Ask questions because I want answers. And sometimes the answers give me more answers than anybody intends. How they answer, how long they answer, what the response is. So, because I ask questions all the time, I want to learn. Somebody does a joke that might be off color. I'm not afraid to go, what did you mean by that? I want to make sure I'm understanding where you're coming from. And if they double down, it'll be, and why is that funny to you? This starts to open doors real fast by asking. And if I get an answer that's affirmative, or I misunderstood, awesome, because nobody's perfect. And the reason I'm rarely wrong is because I tend to check and double check and triple check. Hey, Fanta. Let me see if I can get. That's odd. One moment. There we go. Hey, Fanta, how you doing? I heard you had a great time at the Ren Fair. I did not know you were running. I too partake in Ren Fairs when I can afford to. I used to be a Scadian. That's the story. And yes, plug your stuff. Oh, wait. Frog G already did. YouTube.com and that channel for Phantasmagorical. Do you have a custom URL? Because I'd love to promote it and tell folks about what you do in the chat for the folks who don't know you, Fanta. She's a neat person. Richie says, my teeth suddenly start to hurt in somebody's presence. I avoid them like the plague. Something about them causes me to clench my jaw, and I only realize it after my teeth will start to hit. Oh, yes, you love our Ren Fair. I love Ren Fairs. I love costuming. Obviously, I love swords and sword-based activities. It's wonderful, and you are just such a neat person. Oh, it's an absolute pleasure, Fanta. But yes, promote yourself, please. I don't think you have a wrench yet. Let me see if I can fix that, because I want you to be able to put your links in where people can find you, your art, etc., etc. And Nick, you're doing this live. Why do you always do this live? Well, I do this live because if I don't, bam, there's your wrench, dear. I'll forget. I'm very, very absent-minded. Brilliant, but absent-minded. So I have great ideas. I just have to find where they are. So, yes, please put your links and anything else you want to share, because I already have vetted you. I vet people constantly. And that's what you need to do, guys. When you're creating, when you're networking, as the formal types say. And I want to clear up something. I was in a business course. My wife and I took it. It was back when I had caffeine, and it was, oh God, it went from like 9 to 11 o'clock at night, and I had 6 a.m. classes at other campus. I had to go all the way out special for this. So we'd go with these big 44-ounce or 48, the big Speedway mugs full of cappuccino. God, I don't know how I got that. Anyhow, this business teacher thought, now one thing poor people don't do is network. This is what, this one of the secrets to wealth is knowing how to network, to meet people and make connections. And you're wrong, sir. Excuse me? Poor people network better than anybody else, because poor people have to. I know a guy who can, for a 24 pack of beer, can fix any car, anything you see. Just don't give him the beer till after he's done. I know a guy who, if you mow his lawn, he'll fix you or whatever. And being able to banter back and forth and fix things and make things better is a whole system. Knowing artists, I love that I know the people I know, not necessarily because I can afford their services, but if I know, like Glenn said, he might take up formatting. If he does, the next time I hear somebody, man, formatting sucks, I can go, I know a guy. I am a facilitator. And I love being able, you need an editor? Here, talk to Brian, talk to Carl. You need a flatter? Cookie flats. I don't know cookie. I know some other people flat. You want to talk about how to get a comic book written or published? Brian, talk to Luke. You need voiceovers. Okay, voiceovers. Definitely you're looking at Kyle Guthrie. That's Skunk Rocker Live on Facebook. My man, Luke Agliata over on Death Metal Hero. You want music, singing, you want voiceovers. He's phenomenal. Couple lady friends can do it, but good. Stuart the Sword Cat is trying desperately to get in here, but
I know you want to come in.
Okay, Sandra, open the door and bring me Stuart, because people. No,
cats should be in there.
You're right. No cat should be in my study because it's bad for my allergies. But okay, I'll try to get Stuart on later. I mean,
you were not supposed to get appointment.
my executive producer is telling me otherwise. That's okay. But okay, sorry. Need to hop later on. May you have a great day. My channel is full of randomness. I do a lot of Dark Angel videos. Okay, I'm not sure of that term. I add the Dark Angel versus the Tiny Tug videos. Okay, they're silly and I love making them. Have to look into it more, but I want you to have fun. That's what we're about. And if I'm not subscribed, I will shortly. Nick is not only the Manatee Man, he's also Captain Transparent, Officer of Personal Accountability. Absolutely. That's why I love doing my business open on live stream. People tell me I'm insane for it, but watch, another bit of the trick of the field, the ghastly, ghoulish side of what we do is beware people who triangulate. Wonderful term. People who believe you can only do business through them. Okay? There is a big difference between somebody who triangulates and somebody who facilitates. And I want to talk about that. I think this is important. Facilitating. I'll come up. So, you're a comic book artist. Cool. You have good stuff. You're looking for a publisher. You're looking for somebody who might be interested. Now, I can't make any promises because I never do. But I do know a guy. And maybe I'll have you talk to Randy Zimmerman. And at the least, you meet people and you are in the field. Or Luke Stone. Or some, be like, okay, when in doubt, KDP all the way, KDP, Lulu, you can self-publish. There are ways to do it. You're ordering here. Nerd 10. There's a Gemini mailer code. It's not mine, it's Luke's, but it'll take 10% off if you order Gemini mailers to ship your stuff. I think there's a 5-point code for I think Region 2 is a 5% code. Knowing these people. You want to know somebody who knows a lot of people who can promote and talk about things. Go talk to Nita Lanning. And I'll do that. I will bounce people towards people who can help because that's what I am about. Man, my phone is going absolutely bonkers. So let me see. Oh. Can I show this? Glenn just sent me a picture. Can I show if you can? Awesome. Okay, I'm not even gonna try to net. Let me see if I can get this to come up. Nice. Come on, clear. Because my net's being a little dodgy. He's doing it's a sculpture of Hatch. Look at that. That is so cool. That is so cool. Ceramic Hatch. I'll share the actual pictures around here. Uh no, it's being funky. Of course it's being funky. My net always gets funky when I try to do multiple things, but that means that's not there. That means these must be. Here we go. And I have an okay, that's awesome story for if you guys haven't seen it, well, this awesome sword design that Johnny Cage did. So yes. Wow, ceramic? Nice. And 9 inches tall. Phantasmagorical. That sword is neat. Yeah, this is what I love. Okay, guys. People complain about social media because they associate with people who complain. Okay? Bear with me now. If you look at the people I associate with, I'm either related to them or they're creators. I almost always only associate with people who are creative. They make things, they do things, they write or draw or do music. My dear friend Stephanie is she's a teacher, but she's also slowly building up to do a music career. She wants to do well. I mean, she's done professional music before, but she wants to do music creation. But that's amazing. Everybody I know creates, so I get to go here. You're creative. You're creative. Shake hands. Have a nice conversation. I'm gonna go have a sandwich. Now, that's being a facilitator. To bring back to what I was saying, and the sword is neat. Hi, Blue Teddy, and bye, Carl. Oh, bye, Carl. Carl has a special appointment. Ooh, everyone have a good day. Carl, take care. And we got more happy greetings. So cool. A facilitator will take you and go, here's a list of people who might be able to help you. What's your problem? If I can't solve it, here's other ways to solve it, or here's a resource. Go to this website and look it up. Somebody who triangulates is like, you know what? No. You have a problem? I know a guy. I will take care. You talk to me, I'll talk to the guy. And they insinuate themselves as permanent middleman. Ooh, bye, Donna. That must be a special appointment indeed. That ceramic Hatch may be on the upcoming IGG on Hatch. Maybe. Helen wants to keep it. One, happy wife, happy life. So I'd say have Helen keep it. Look up, see if you can get that 3D scanned. If you could get that 3D scanned, there are several people you could reach out to. I think Damian Waldron does Studio Wix site, and they can print it off for you. And yep, Damian. So what I would do is see about getting that 3D scanned. I've heard stories that there's assorted apps where you can take your cell phone, park it in the thing, and put the object on a Lazy Susan and slowly turn the object, and the cell phone will scan it. That is something I would love to find, and if somebody finds it ahead of me, please let me know. But be sure to but yeah, don't give it a try, because keeping original art is always a good idea, and keeping your wife happy, but that would scale well. So you get 3D printed, you might be able to mass produce that. Walburn can do it from a 3D scan. He was able to do some of my models from Daz with some manipulation. Wonderful. And that's something I may look into too. I have a couple characters and properties I would love to do a 3D scan of. My old my mascot for my art and stuff for years is a little dude named Doom Bunny. I'd love to do something with that. I'm looking for a good 3D scanner because I'd like to take my wooden big stompy robots and scan the actual wooden designs and then 3D print them so they look the traditional rustic that I've done. That is in my work for big stompy robots. But I'll have to seek him out. Thank you. And see, this is what I'm talking about. As I'm talking about facilitation, we are facilitating things live on the show. That's what makes this show great. We building stuff up. Now, we've been going for about an hour 20, which is a pretty good run. I think we got some details covered, and I think everybody's doing pretty well. I will be going to Fanta's YouTube because I realize I need to. And you should too. Oh, I keep telling Helen that there's a market for these hatch models. She says that's okay for me. She has to make them. That's why I'm saying have her make the master. Get a 3D scan and then sell them. Hatch is a great IP. Those are great models. You're only 2 or 3 steps from possibly making some extra money. Go for it. You know, if I were on Luke's thing, he'd hit the button and go, do it. You know? I need to make some little clips like that of different things. I have plans. But, like I said, we are, yes. Tell her I said so. Tell her I think her work is so good it desperately needs to be mass-produced. And that way she doesn't have to make them all. She just makes the masters. And then you guys get to keep the masters. Oh, anytime, Fanta. Seriously. And I'll go over your stuff. And I'm going to start, especially after the holidays, which I know is a ways out, but they tend to warp. And possibly even between the holidays, reaching out to people to be guests. You know, especially folks who aren't on a lot of shows that I can get new eyes on. Let me know which one you need. I got one that's like, I'll buy that for $1 and such. Nice. I said to her, we keep the masters. People buy the printed, thus the masters will cost more. Absolutely. You keep the masters, plus they're ceramic. They're a bit fragile for shipping and stuff. And then you could just send digital files. You scan it, save it as a printable digital, and you can just be like, here, print your own hatch. Here's the digital file. Oh, so cool. This is the first thing I ever 3D printed. This little goofy ring. And then my 3D printer stopped talking to anything, so I have to figure out how to fix that. But I don't, that's a 2023 problem, and it's 11/23. So, I've got Glenn happy. I hope Helen's happy. Fanta's happy. Everyone else who hasn't left seems happy. If you're happy, hit like, share, and subscribe. If you want to kick some, bam. If you want to do other things, let's see what we have here. Did Cindy Koepp come by? She didn't come by, but I want to run her commercial, so I'm going to run Cindy Koepp's commercial. box next to it in. You need room. You need room for a 3D printer. You can have a 3D printer for less than $300, I think. I have a Delta V. It's a mini 3D printer. Wonderful, wonderful box. I'm having some technical difficulties with it as a first 3D printer, so I have to learn my way around it. And right now I have too many irons in the fire. But it's only about that big around and only about that tall. You could probably fit one. Unless you have like extreme room. They're not a compact one, especially if you're just doing like a miniature size, or you're only printing things up to about action figure size. It would be perfect for you, because then you could have standees of your ladies of wrestling. But with Stuart the Sword Cat, hi Stuart, come on. They are wonderful devices. Like I said, when I got mine to work, I made a few things, and then yes, I love you too, Stuart. But I was gone too much of the day yesterday, so Stuart's in missing me. They are coming down in price, and they're getting more and more plug and play functional, which is what I need, because I've done enough silliness. Yes, big kisses. But we're now at an hour and a half, and Sandra's looking for the cat. So I have to, yes, I love you, Stuart. I have to slip him out so I don't get caught having snuck the cat into my office. I don't know why it's working that way right now, but I'm not arguing. All right. Yeah. So, folks, if you guys are going to support my stuff, go to www.nicholastockert.com. The site's a little old school looking. Work in progress. You can find my books on Amazon.com/author/Nicholas Tockert, including, see, I have my copy so I can wave it around, The Simple Spear. I'm expecting a third book in that series, fourth book in that series, because that's very soon. I am going to be doing an art book very soon. I've asked some folks. I have 20 images and 20 short one-page fiction for each image. Is that enough for a small little read book, or do you think I should wait and really double down and do more? Love your opinion. Either get that to me in the comments now or direct message me. Follow me on Twitter @ntockert, and we will see each other very soon. It's Wednesday. That means Thursday, tomorrow morning at 9, I'll be on Luke Stone Studios. I don't know what we're talking about yet, but we'll be talking about something for Nerd Bacon. And any questions you want me to ask Luke, hit me up, because he forgets he's a bit of a guest too on his own show. And I will see you then. So guys, see you, Glenn. Great stuff. I will be reading what my dear friend Johnny Cage sent me. Bye Fanta. Depends on the price point. Around $200 to $300 for an entry level, and they're falling. But we will see you guys all very soon. So what I want you guys to do is go out there and create something. Draw, write, pet the kitty, pat the kitty, pat the party dog, whatever you have to do. And then you can understand that you can improve it. But what you can't do is you can't edit a blank page.